Hi, on this episode of Nutrition Kitchen 24, we're going to be sticking with the banana theme and making banana bread. So if this is your first time here, like and subscribe and get ready to enjoy the episode. So let's start making this banana bread. Now, you're going to need two bowls. In the first bowl over here, you're going to put your wet ingredients. In the other bowl, you're going to put your dry ingredients. So let's go ahead and start with the dry ingredients first. Now, today I'm going to be using a tapioca flour. Now, you can use almond flour or you can use an unbleached flour if you would like, if you prefer. But I do prefer tapioca flour. So that's going to be a cup and a half of that. Next, I'm going to put a teaspoon of baking powder and a teaspoon of baking soda in there. Then we're going to add a little bit of salt, about a half a teaspoon of salt, and then about a quarter teaspoon of cinnamon. Now, I actually have a half a teaspoon of cinnamon in here because I like it, so you could put in whatever you would like. Okay, now our special ingredient for today from Herbalife is going to be our banana caramel Formula One here. So what we're going to do is we're going to put in 2 scoops of banana caramel Formula One, 2 big scoops of that, and we're going to put in 1 scoop of our vanilla protein. So in this banana bread, you're going to have at least 24 grams of protein just with those 2 ingredients. There we go. Now, once we have that in there, we can go ahead and I added a little bit of sugar in there. Now, the recipe doesn't call for it, but I put a little bit of raw sugar. You can also use maple syrup if you would like. Once you have all those in there, just mix them up really good. Okay, so now that we have our dry ingredients mixed up, we'll go ahead and mix up our wet ingredients. Now for this, we'll go ahead and we're going to add in our 3 tablespoons of almond milk. So you can use any type of milk you want. You can use almond milk, cashew milk, standard 2% milk if you'd like. We are using 4 organic eggs, but again, you can use any eggs you would like. And we're also going to be using a 1/3 cup of coconut oil. Now that coconut, again, is a very healthy fat. So this is going to provide some great fats for us in our diet. 2 teaspoons of vanilla, and 3 ripe bananas. Put your attachment on here, and mix it up. Once that mixture has become nice and smooth, we can go ahead and combine the dry ingredients and the wet ingredients. Now that you have your dry ingredients and your wet ingredients mixed up, go ahead and combine the 2. So after you have everything mixed up, I'm going to put mine in 2 smaller pans. Now you can put it in a larger pan if you would like. I already have the oven preheated for 375, and I'm going to bake this banana bread for around 35 or 45 minutes. But I will be checking it around 30 minutes just to make sure that's okay. If your banana bread browns too much, you can go ahead and put a piece of foil on top of it, and that will prevent that from happening. Now that you have it all mixed up, if your banana bread batter is not the way you want it, now's the time to adjust it. So if it's a little too dry, go ahead and put some more milk in there or add some more ingredients, or now if you want to, you can add some walnuts in there as well. Okay, it's all mixed up, so let's go ahead and put it in the pan. Now you might have a little bit of flour still stuck to the bowl. Just go ahead and take your spoon or spatula, scrape it off. Give it a few more stirs there. After that, it should be able to pour out of the pan, out of your bowl pretty easily. Now I'm going to fill mine about halfway full. So if you're doing a larger pan, just adjust accordingly. Now I went ahead and I greased my pans, but you can use parchment paper if you would like. I prefer to grease them, so you can use anything you would like to grease them. You can use a shortening, you can use a spray, whatever you normally use, I would just go ahead and use that. So now that these are all mixed up, they're in the pan, let's go ahead and put them in the oven again for 40 minutes, but we're gonna check them around 30 minutes. So our banana bread just came out of the oven. Now this banana bread was in there for about 30 minutes. I'm gonna pull it out here and I'm gonna check to see if it's done. Now the way I do that is I go ahead and take a knife and I put it down the middle. And if it comes out relatively clean, then I know it's the way I like it. Some people don't like to have anything on their knife when they pull it out, and the banana bread's really, really done. But if that's your preference, go ahead and do that. And some people like to have their knife covered with a little bit of the banana bread on there, batter on there. But me, I like it right in the middle. I don't like too much on there. And the great thing about this, if you bake it and it's not the way you want it, you can always bake it again. Okay, let's go ahead and cut this and see how it tastes. Okay, so we have a few pieces cut out and the banana bread is a little gooey, but that's how I like it. I don't like mine overdone. So if you want it less gooey, just bake it a little bit longer. Again, I bake for mine for about 30 minutes. So you might want to go 35 or even 40 on that one. So once you have it out, pick your favorite piece. Of course, my piece is always in the middle. I like to put a little bit of butter on there. And again, I'm using organic butter. Just a little bit, another slab of butter on there. It's going to be amazing. This looks amazing. I love the way it looks. I like the density of it. It's a very heavy feel, but I know I put good ingredients in this, so it's going to be a very healthy snack for me. That's great. I love it. You can really taste the banana caramel from the Herbalife Formula 1. And I know that I also put a scoop of protein in there, so it's going to have the extra protein that my body needs. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's episode of Banana Bread. I have left the link on the bottom of the description of the video. It tells you how to get to my website, and so you can order the products if you don't have it. I also left the link to our Facebook page, Nutrition Kitchen 24. There you can see this recipe and all our recipes. Thanks again for joining us, and I'll see you next time on Nutrition Kitchen 24.